everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Khofana. I'm Khofana, and today we are at the All African Business Leaders Awards edition of the podcast. And I'm super honored and excited to be joined by one of the nominees, Isaac Mbatha.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. Mbatha. That's what you get for calling me Khafani Khafari Khafani. It's Isaac Mbatha, and I'm just so excited to have an entrepreneur extraordinaire like
Yeah,
yourself on the
thank you.
platform.
Thank you so
How's
much.
this day been for you and the process leading up to today?
I think the day started off rough. I mean, we basically our head office is in KZN, so we flew in this morning. On our way here, we had a puncher. Oh, it was like a nightmare. And but for so far, I mean, this event's amazing, international standards, and that's what we like about it. And just to be a nominee and a part of such an establishment is amazing to me and my team.
Yeah. So I'm sure those who fondly know you might call you the tent guy. But for those who don't,
Yeah.
what is it that you do and what got
Okay.
you nominated on this
Uh,
platform?
so Sky Tent, obviously, it's Sky Tent. Sky Tent is a tent manufacturing company. We manufacture from military peg and pole, party tents, wedding tents. I mean, tables and chairs. Now we do cold rooms, we do jumping. Because I mean, this business was founded in 2015, and we just were doing your normal pole tents, and now we have a catalog of close to like 30 different designs of different tents and another 30 more different products also that complement our products also. So yeah, we are tent manufacturing
Yeah.
and also now we manufacture our own chairs as well.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Expansion?
no, definitely. I mean, we start the first manufacturing on the 25th of July. First product will come out and it'll hit the market by the 10th of August. Yeah. So I'm actually the first person
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Very honored. I'm sure my audience will be excited to hear that. You have I'd say the story of I guess, emerging
Yeah.
entrepreneur in Africa. It's a
Uh-huh.
full story of, starting off from within the informal sector
Correct.
and then being in the big league. And
I won't say big league, but yeah.
you're about to be, you're about to be. What was your journey and how did you kind of go about becoming who you are today?
hmm Uh, so obviously when the journey started in 2015, and I never aspired to be anything. We just started repairing tents on a very small scale, and the clients came to us and said, like, Isaac, can you fix a tent? Or we lost a sidewall, or we lost a pole. And I think the curiosity of wanting to know, can I do it? Or how can I? And and I just went into leap of faith, and then we started manufacturing. I paid a lot of school fees trying to learn and understand. I
Mm.
don't have no tinting background. Uh, Again, too, because in South Africa and Africa, tint is part of our African culture. I mean, from weddings and parties and funerals, like you name it. Like back home, if someone has a bad dream, tomorrow we're like, oh, Friday we putting the tents up and because of the dream and stuff. So like we look for reasons to actually, and it's being part of our tradition, and also being the first black in South Africa to start manufacturing. It was obviously a great disturbance to the giants of the industry, which they told me, yeah, black guy, you small boy, you don't know anything about manufacturing. I wish I can see me today, but anyway, it's a different story. But yeah, it was difficult, challenging, stressful, a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, because you don't know what you don't know.
Mm.
And by when you go into something, see, it's two things. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and have a business idea, but the business is all in their head. Practical and what's in your head is two completely different things, eh? Yeah. So it's been a rough challenge, rocky, especially when it comes to finance and how to start a business. And a quick story is the first I went to one of the local banks, FNB, and asked them for a business loan earlier in my career. And they told me I need a business plan and I need to put something together. And I really don't understand it because I needed to go to someone else that knows how to write it and put it out in numbers and present it
Yeah.
to them, but they don't know what I'm talking about. Still today, I don't understand it, but I
It's
did
very
it
honest.
and I paid, I think at the time it was like 5 or 6 thousand rand. And I submitted it to them, and that was a lot of money to me because I didn't have it.
Mm.
And I came back a week and a half later, and they declined me. And I told the lady, like, you took me through all this. You should have just told me in the beginning. She goes, no, Isaac, but this is the policies and this is what we need to do. We can't just tell you outright. And so I was very disheartened. And when I was walking out the bank, I've been there so many times, like the tellers, the securities, everybody knows me. And they said, did you get it again? And I said, I'll never get it. And then she told me, but I said, how bad do you want? I said, I really want it. She said, okay, do you mind me checking your personal? Can you afford a loan?
Okay.
I said, sure. And I gave her my ID and she checked. She said, oh, you qualify for credit card, 30,000. You qualify overdraft, revolving loan, and a whole lot of cards I had. And I took everything. And that's how I started starting.
It's very interesting. One would think that maybe you looked into getting an investor, you
Ooh.
partnered with one of the giants, and so on. So
Yeah,
you literally put your name and lifeline on the whole.
100%. 100%. You know, I put it all in. And in the first year, I lost everything. That's what I told you. Uh, when you have a business in your head and practical is two different things. And that's how, you know, I lost everything. I went into debt, had anxiety, and anxiety, I didn't know what it was. I just where I'm from, we don't know that. We call it like white man sickness. That's just what it is, We really don't understand it. And it's stressful with that, you know, having suppliers on your back and they want their money, they want the money. And then I fell flat a couple of times in the business, obviously not understanding, just wanting to sell. When you're so passionate and you just want to do something and the joy of making one sale and you're not worried what people say because nobody really understood making tens. Who buys the tens every day? Oh, we sell tens every day.
What?
It's crazy because currently now we have 11 branches throughout South Africa. And obviously, we also supply into Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, Angola, and a few other countries. So, yeah.
Do you think that maybe that perseverance spirit, it's almost a stubbornness within you, just didn't want to quit? Do you
I
think that's
think
what
so
makes
too, and I
you?
think that's what happened tonight as well. Yeah, too soon.
Yeah, too soon. We don't need to get into that. But you did say in one of your interviews that when you're a small business, no one really believes in
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So I think that was the difficult part because your giants obviously have the capacity of being in the market, and we had to really. I mean, at the at the time I was 24, to
Mm.
try and get somebody to try and trust me or believe me and say I can make a 10. Look at a black boss, you know what you're doing. So we had to get deposits,
Mm.
manufacture the tent, come get back to the customer. It was like a whole back and forth. But eventually clients I think started believing in me and understanding my story and said, okay, he's a black guy, he's trying, let's give him a chance. And I've also partnered up with a few radio stations within South Africa, and then I mean that was amazing telling my story, and then people I think they just fell in love with the brand, kind of.
Yeah, they fell in love with the person behind the
Yeah,
brand, really. It's just the story that sells. And
yeah,
I guess it's great to see someone who looks like us
correct,
winning.
100%, 100%, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So what I'm getting from this is being perseverant, making mistakes, and being
yeah.
willing to risk
A
it
lot of
all.
mistakes,
It's
yeah,
normal.
expensive mistakes, eh?
Expensive. And that's the thing about mistakes. They cost something,
Oh,
especially when you're in
that's what they
business.
call it, school fees, eh?
You also mentioned education, and
Yeah.
what other thing do you think within the umbrella of entrepreneurship do you think is very important for
Hmm.
someone who says, I'm in my fifth year and I'm
Hmm.
still failing, I
Hmm.
haven't broken even yet,
Hmm.
etc., etc.
I, I think it's impossible for you to continuously be failing. You
Mm,
you only fail when you continuously doing the same thing.
mm,
Sometimes you have to just sit back and look at your business from a distance. And also, when you start in a business and you're trying to develop and grow a business, and you can see it's not working, sometimes you just take a few steps back and re-look at it and say, look, let me start it from the ground and let me relearn from my mistakes that I've done.
mm.
It's very important.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it takes a lot of humility to do that as well.
Mm,
To have failed.
100%. But I think that a lot of entrepreneurs, especially these new entrepreneurs that are coming up now, everybody just feels like that. You just jump in it and it's got to work for a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the modern day entrepreneur, I mean, you started almost a decade ago, but now, anyone can make money as quickly as
You
this online,
understand that?
etc.
Oh, I think these millennials are lucky. Yeah, yeah,
You think they're lucky, but then we don't have how'd you put it, maybe the mindset for it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
because a strong mind is required in this
mm.
entrepreneurship
No,
journey.
100%. And I think it's obviously with the world where we're going to, technology is really taking over, and being in manufacturing and social media or anything, I might say, you have to put your hands into it as well to be a growing business. I'm sure yourself. That's why you're sitting here in the podcast,
Hey!
eh?
And in closing, is there any advice you can give any young 24-year-old entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur or someone who wants to transition into entrepreneurship from
Mm,
the professional section?
I think failing.
Failing.
You gotta fail.
Gosh.
You got to fail.
Oh, we could miss
Failing
it.
is a teacher of everything, and by learning to fail and coming up from it, put your pride aside and keep going. Definitely, there's no such, and I think for early in my years, if someone told me this, I would just say, "You're talking shit." But being through it and did it makes you a bit more mature and understanding
Yeah.
on how the whole thing works. Yeah,
Brilliant. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Hopefully you'll win other awards because you're already an award-winning
Uh-huh.
entrepreneur. It's been amazing having you, and I'm sure a lot of people, when they hear your story,
Yeah.
are going to be not just inspired, but really catapulted to actually make moves and embrace failure as a stepping stone towards their
hmm
success.
I think it's when it comes to failure, everybody's more worried about what my friends and
What are
family.
people going to
You understand?
say?
And I mean, people are gonna this year. I think regardlessly, you make it, you don't make it. People are just people. You need to go with your passion and what's inside of you, and just keep on knocking on the door until it breaks.
Keep on knocking on the door until it breaks. Thank you so much, Isaac. You're amazing. And thank you for watching or listening. This is Conversations with Fafane. See you next time.